This is Grade 1 Mission 2 overview for Zearn Math. It will be the Module 2 overview for Eureka Math. The title is Meet Place Value. The central focus of this mission is to working on facts within 20, but establishing the unit of 10 to introduce place value. The progression of the mission starts with composing and decomposing numbers to add or subtract. They use a make 10 strategy and take from 10 strategies. These strategies are difficult. They're really good inquiry-based exposures, and the focus is on place value, so focusing on the 10. So they're good exposure for kids, but they're not, I don't think they're intended for fluency, so kids might understand them, they might not. I don't think it's a big deal yet if they don't quite get it, but it's good exposure. It moves to renaming 10 as a unit, so instead of calling it 10, they practice naming it 110. Again, introducing place value, understanding. And then they move to composing and decomposing teen numbers, breaking them up into a 10 and so many ones. And by the end of the mission, students may still be counting on to add or subtract as a main strategy, which is fine because we're working within 20. So they'll use strategies to work within 20. We want to move for fluency. So the adding on or counting back are good for fluency, even though all these other strategies will help them approach understanding of the facts or automaticity. In the end is what we want for all facts. The core fluency in this mission is composition and decomposition strategies to add within 20. So we're working on fluently adding within 20, not automatically, so we're not approaching automaticity yet. The spiral fluency is partners to 10, decomposition of numbers within 10, so still playing with numbers within 10, but trying to work towards fluency of facts within 10 as the ultimate end, and continue to practice counting backwards and forwards for a while. Foundational goal from this mission, so what's established and carried forward, is automatic retrieval of facts to 10. We started that in mission 1. It continues through mission 2. Even though we're introducing place value, they're going to play a lot with facts to 10. So they're just going to be practicing them a lot, and hopefully you're continuing to practice and review them with them in fluency times. And then approaching fluency with facts to 20, of course, using strategies still like counting on with a number line, or composition or decomposition strategies will work. Not expecting automaticity for facts within 20 yet. What doesn't go away are all these same things. Automaticity of facts to 10. Again, what this slide points to is these are the things in math that we need to continue to work on well into the future. Fluency within 20 will end up becoming automaticity within 20 for addition and subtraction. In later grades, they'll continue to work on that. And then place value just should be an ongoing thing that you're constantly using. The best way to really generate long-term retention with place value, I think, is just to continue to use it as you talk with kids about numbers and as they talk with each other using the terminology. Special notes are for times when you're running out of time, like now with COVID situations, and they'll also always apply, I believe, with struggling learners where the time is limited. Time is limited for struggling learners because they require more repetition than kids who aren't struggling. The repetition is just the rote aspects of math. Right now in first grade, it's really just involving the math facts where they need to have automaticity with those. They require a lot of rote repetition. For kids who just seem to get it, it might require a couple of practice sessions. For kids who don't, it could require 15 to 20. So you really need to focus in on strategies with struggling learners so that you don't so that you don't overload them with too much required repetition. For instance, if they were required to learn 3 different strategies to memory, more or less, then if each strategy required 10 repetitions, then for a struggling learner, that would be 30 repetitions to basically learn the same fact or addition fact. And you really don't have that kind of time. So the special notes really are about making a suggestion for kind of anchor strategies or ways to work with those kids. This mission uses counting on and making 10 for addition. Use counting on as the anchor strategy and use it for fluency practice. The making 10 is not a great fluency activity, especially for struggling learners. It has a high cognitive load. It's a great inquiry-based, teacher-guided exposure for a struggling learner, but it's not where you want them to really spend their rote practice time. The mission also uses the take from 10 as a subtraction strategy. This is an extremely difficult strategy with an even higher cognitive load than the addition make 10 strategy. And so I would spend more time on activities with struggling learners like decomposition, for instance, drawing out 16 dots, taking 7 from them, or having pictures of 16 items and removing 7 to get the takeaway aspect of subtraction into their minds. And I really think the best anchor strategy for subtraction is counting down using a number line if you have to, because a number line is a more fluent strategy. In other words, they'll be able to accomplish it quicker and achieve more repetition until they ultimately achieve fluency with the strategy itself.